Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Sharing the Scoop. And today I have with me is Agam. So hi Agam, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I hope you are safe.
Yeah, all safe and fine, sir.
Amazing. So Agam, can you please introduce yourself for our viewers?
Okay, hello guys. I'm Agam Ladaria. I've done my higher secondary education in commerce from Nagendas Khandwala College, Malad. Then I've pursued my BBA from ASM SOC of NMIMS and I've graduated in the current year 2020. I've also done CWM level 1 and I'm currently pursuing CWM level 2. I've talking about internships. I have done a summer internship in Balance Equity Broking Private Limited, which was a compulsory internship from college. Then recently I've done an internship at Advisor Zaruri Hai. So we have done nearly 24 to 25 IAPs, so investor awareness programs on YouTube Live, with a motto to spread financial literacy. And currently I am an intern at Credence Asset Advisor. So that's pretty much about me.
Amazing. So Agam, can you tell us about your preparation during BBA? How you used to study and everything? What was your thought process?
Okay, so I had made my mind to do BBA when I was in my 11th grade. So I started my preparation along my 11th grade ka second half. So let's say I had prepared for 5 months in my 11th grade and the whole year of 12th. So I joined coaching classes. I had taken coaching classes, and the major focus was on reading because I was planning on NMIMS. I was made to read one novel every week, apart from my preparation on quants and reasoning. So that helped a lot, and that was pretty much it. So if you want me to talk about what a person should do, like taking a 1.5 year or a 1 year coaching is not necessary. You can what you can do is for 1 year give time to yourself in reading. Read one novel a week. Read 3 to 4 novels a month. Read editorials every day. Summarize editorials. That is what I also used to do, and that is what I highly recommend because all these exams, especially when we talk about NPAT, it is totally reading based. How fast you can read because it is a time-based exam. 120 minutes, you have 120 questions. The pattern might have changed right now. I don't know about the current pattern, but again, it is a reading-based exam, I feel. And the if you see the RC, the length of the RCs are quite huge. Is quite huge, and when you talk about the LRs and DI also, LR has big sets. You have to read those sets and then you have to conclude, make decisions. And again in DI, it is simple to say that there are graphs and you have to interpret. But firstly, you have to read a big case and then interpret what that graph means. So again, the whole game is in reading. So if you can focus 1 year on reading only, take 11th as easy. 11th may just read novels, read editorials, and after your 12th, take a crash course for 2 months. Prepare for your reasoning, your quants, and in the last 15-20 days, give 3 to 4 mocks, and then it's good to go.
Perfect, amazing. And apart from NPAT, what are the other entrances that you had written?
Okay, so when I talk about BBA, I have 3 colleges in mind. One is IIM Indore, second is NMIMS, and third is Symbiosis. So I had given these 3 entrance exams, and if we compare the colleges, the ranking goes the same way. IIM Indore is the first one. It has a integrated program, 3 years BBA, 2 years MBA, then NMIMS Mumbai, and then Symbiosis. If we talk about the difficulty also, I feel IIM Indore is the most difficult one, NMIMS is the second, and Symbiosis being third one. And the reason why I put Symbiosis at the third, the Symbiosis entrance test at the third position is there's a section called GK, and because of that section, the number of questions in quants decreases. So basically, they just have modern math and the foundation math. They don't have the higher math. Okay, so majorly students struggle with the higher math because if you see the 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 energy you have to
Type
put in
of
the questions,
questions.
yeah, exactly,
Yes,
the type of questions and the energy and time you have to put in to crack that. Those questions are not there, so basically your time reduce the amount of time you have to put in per question reduces. So I think that Symbiosis becomes third, Symbiosis entrance.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you had converted, because see, NPAT doesn't have a second stage preparation. You score and your rank is there in that list, you will get the admission surely. But for Symbiosis and IPM Indore, you have the second stage preparation of VAT PI as well. So did you convert any of those, Symbiosis or IPM? And if you had convert, can you tell us what was your experience of VAT PI?
Okay, so I I didn't convert the IP mat, but yes, I did convert Symbiosis, and I had filled in two colleges: Symbiosis School of Business Management, or what is it called? I'm not sure what the school's name is.
SCMS.
SCMS. Okay,
SCMS.
correct. So I had converted SCMS and SSE, Symbiosis School of Economics. I have converted both, and I was called for VAT and PI for both the colleges. And I tell you, I had my VAT and PI scheduled on one day. On the same day, I had two colleges ka interview, and I thought that the colleges might be nearby. It is Symbiosis, it is Pune. But then uh, there was a 10-kilometer gap between the first college and the second
Colleges.
college, and I was new to the place. I didn't have time to explore, and I had only 2 hours between the interview. So it was really
Okay.
difficult, but the people there are pretty chill. I just told them that I have two interviews. They put me in the first slot, and the VAT was easy. The PI was also very easy. Like they just went on your interests, because see, you are a fresher. You just done your 12th. They cannot ask you anything technical. They can ask you what GDP is. They cannot ask you anything apart from like too
Correct.
much technical.
Correct.
So they just talked about my interests. Then they asked me a few questions on quant, which I already had prepared for my entrance exam, so it wasn't a big deal. Then they talked about my habits and just personal questions. But yeah, I
Okay.
converted both of those Symbiosis also, and then I got into NMIMS, BSc Economics also, and BBA also. So I chose BBA NMIMS.
Any particular reason, since you had converted Symbiosis as well as NMIMS, to go for NMIMS?
Yeah, so see, I'm a Mumbaikar, so and I don't have siblings, so my parents didn't want me to, relocate myself for
Travel.
another 3 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was the major reason. And again, the mentors that I had selected, like my mentors told me that BBA Finance from NM has a better value than Symbiosis. So then there was no looking back.
Super, super. Okay, so now that you have completed the BBA and you have gone through the entire journey, if I ask you, what were you thinking before doing the BBA, and what is your future plans now, and what are the changes that you see in yourself after completing the BBA, if
Okay.
you want to compare yourself?
Yeah, amazing. So, see, I had two expectations before getting into BBA. So the first one being getting the best education that I can, and the second one that meet good people, good quality people. So, and I tell you, NMIMS has fared me well on this, on both the aspects. It has a very good education. I'll talk about it later, and also it makes you meet the best public. And yeah, if you talk about what changes I see in myself, I must say, if 3 years back you had to interview me like this, I wouldn't be speaking this much. And I was also told to give a testimonial, a video testimonial, back at my previous coaching classes. I didn't even do that. I was that shy.
Super,
Yeah.
super. And what are your future plans now, Agam?
Okay. Yeah. As I said, I'm currently interning at Credent Asset Advisory, and I'm also pursuing my CWM level 2. So CWM stands for Chartered Wealth Management. So I'm pursuing that course. So I'm trying to crack level 2 right now and get my chartered. And post that, I'll be taking a work experience of 1 to 2 years, and then I might go for masters or MBA.
Amazing, amazing. And Agam, last question before we wind this up. Can you shed a little bit light on the cutoffs for the different programs at NMIMS? As per you, may not be accurate. It can be a rough estimate what you thought and what happened during your time, because you had gone through the entire process.
Okay, so basically, as see, there are no cutoffs as such. There is a ranking system. They give you ranks. Now we don't know on what basis they give us a rank. Secondly, they don't reveal what the procedure is, till what rank you can get into which college, which campus. Nothing is revealed. So what I'm, this is just a rough estimate by me. If you get anything above 2000 ka rank, you can make it to NMIMS Mumbai BBA in the first list, in the first second list. And if you're looking for BSc Finance or BSc Economics from Mumbai, you need a score anything above 800. 800 or 1000 score anything above this, you can get into the first and second list for BSc Economics and BSc Finance. And yeah, I have one more experience. Like one of my friends, he'd scored 2800 or 2900. I'm not sure what was his score
The
exactly.
rank.
Yeah,
Rank
sorry,
was
not the score.
20.
Yeah, 2800, 2900 was his estimated rank, and he made it to NMIMS a month later. So he didn't put any other campuses as his second preference, and that is why his name popped up in the 5th or the 6th list, and he joined college 1 month late. So this doesn't happen if you have already put Bangalore or say any other campus as your second or third preference, because if you don't secure the seat, then you are out of the system anyway. So this he made it to NMIMS Mumbai only because there was no second option for him.
So basically, that is not advisable to anybody, because
Yeah,
it is a gamble in a way, because then you don't keep any options as such, and you're going all in or nothing basically.
yeah, correct. But his
It works
actually
sometimes, but
his thought process was that he doesn't want to get into NMIMS Bangalore.
any
It's
other
NMIMS Mumbai or nothing.
or nothing
And
exactly. So only those people can go for that. Very true. Very true. So Agam, any three insights about NMIMS which only a student knows and nobody else knows out there?
okay, so cool. So, student insights. So, firstly, I would like to say that NMIMS is like a university. It's a deemed to be university, and like in Mumbai University, you have different colleges like HR, NM, Jai Hind, Mithibai. So, in NMIMS, we have different schools, like School for Commerce. Like I belong to NMIMS Anil Surendra Modi School of Commerce. There are different schools for engineering, for designing, for law, and everything.
Design, architecture,
Yeah.
and all. Yeah.
So I belong to a school, and talking about my school, I would, if you ask me three different student insights, the first one would be networking opportunity. So when we're talking about ASM SOC, we are talking about the cream crowd from all across the nation, and with a common inclination to study about business. And stepping out of the comfort zone and relocating oneself in a fast moving city like Mumbai, that too at an early age of say 16, 17, 17, 18, is like a life experience in itself. And again, there are nearly 13 different clubs, student cells, wherein you can network with students. And talking about the faculties, I would like to say that the faculties here are really reachable. They are very frank. They are either PhDs, CAs, or they come with a rich experience of 20 to 25 years. And having a good network with faculties can get you better opportunities in life, not just in curriculum or research paper writing, but also in your careers ahead. So the second thing I would like to talk about is the skill-based curriculum. So apart from the subjects like management, accounting, finance, marketing, and HR, which we study in other graduations also, there is a subject like ISPES and CA. This stands for Indo, Socio, Political, Economic, and Current Affairs. So it sounds interesting. So it teaches you sociology, politics, economics, and how to relate
And
it with the
current
current affairs.
affairs.
And how to relate it with the current affairs. And then there are other skill-based subjects like essentials of IT, effective communication, research methodology, which teaches you how to write a research paper, business analytics, financial modeling, marketing analytics, and B-plan, etc. And when we talk about softwares, like they give you hands-on training on Microsoft Office for sure, a little part of Tableau, then SAS, eMiner, and also the Bloomberg terminal. So the School of Business Management, the SBM, has a Bloomberg terminal, and BBA students can also go in there, get a free training on a course a course called Bloomberg Market Concepts, which helps you to get started with the Bloomberg terminal. And if we talk about the course structure, it's like in my time, it was 40-60, 40 internals and 60 externals. Now it is 50-50. So if you see, I had nearly 4 to 5 presentations every semester and 1 to 2 research projects, which would now increase to 5 to 6 and maybe 2 to 3 research paper projects. So by the end of the year, you are doing nearly 10 presentations and 3 to 4 projects, research projects. So that is amazing. And I must say, the exams are totally case based. Like they do not have direct questions. Even the theory paper have 70% cases to it. You read a 1-page long case study, 2-page long case study, and answer 3-4 sets of questions. And but this is not really easy, in the second year, I had a subject called MA, Management Accounting, and two of the questions in the final exams were from CA finals paper. So even being the case-based curriculum, the questions are not that easy. That case pad liya to ho gaya. You need to know how to apply it. And the third insight that I would talk about is the infrastructure. So now majority of the people know that it has a beautiful infrastructure. It looks more like a hotel than a university. It
Five-star
has a
hotel.
piano, it has a big flamboyant canteen and everything. But I'm not talking about this today. I'll talk about intangible infrastructure that NMIMS provides. So it has a beautiful portal wherein there are many class tests being conducted directly on portal, submissions on portal, and attendance is taken on app. And apart from this, we've heard that libraries generally issue books, but library at NMIMS issues laptop also. So just in case you don't have laptop today, you can still work on it. And lastly, I would like to say that it has a beautiful e-library. The portal has a beautiful e-library wherein you can download the past year papers, the curriculum, and the curriculum is so much in detail. It tells you which particular topic in the subject will be taught for how many hours, and which is the reference book to it, and which chapter of that reference book gives you this particular topic. So it becomes a lot more easier for the student to pre-read the material and post-read the material. So, and a student pursuing looking forward for graduation or a post-graduation should look for these three things: a beautiful curriculum, good networking opportunities, and beautiful infrastructure, both e-infrastructure, tangible, intangible. So this leads to a holistic development, and these were the three things that I would like to give to your viewers.
Amazing. This was the best part, I must say, of the entire part, where you're talking so passionately about the college, and only a student who have experienced all of this can,
Yes.
talk like that honestly. So Agam, thank you so much for your time, and this has been a wonderful session talking to you about your things and about your experience. All the very best for all your future endeavors, and hopefully we can do such more sessions in the future as well.
Yes, definitely. And thank you so much for inviting me over. And I hope I've put some value for your viewers. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, it has put a lot of value. So thank you so much, Agam, for your time,
Yeah,
and all the best.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.